the things that we need to do is remember that we're working with a live tree, that this tree is still alive, and that we need to keep it watered. Just like any plant in the house, we need to keep it well hydrated. And so when it comes to the tree stand, we want to make sure that we keep that reservoir full of water, because if we allow it to dry out, the tree can actually plug the water conducting tissue inside that trunk, and that can prevent the water from moving up. So to prevent that, we need to make sure that we're keeping this reservoir full of water. Now, the general rule of thumb, it's 1 quart of water for every inch of trunk diameter, which is the distance across that circle. And typical, it's about a gallon of water.
And is daily are you talking about, or weekly?
Daily. We want to be, before we go to work in the morning, we want to be sticking our finger in here, checking to make sure it has water. When we get home in the evening, make sure that it still has water. Top it off if we need to. Watering cans are going to make your life so much easier, because if you use like a milk jug or
reaching under there,
under there, you're going to make a big old mess, and that's not what we want. So something with a spout. So a small watering can like this is going to make your life so much easier.
So a lot of people talk about, putting dye in the water or sugar water. Does that do anything?
Unfortunately, no. A lot of those home remedies haven't been proven to be successful. We've heard of aspirin, sugar, fertilizer. None of that's going to work. Some of our garden centers have additives to extend the life. And a bunch of universities have done research, and they haven't shown that to be successful. So just use plain tap water. Doesn't matter what temperature it is, just get it out of the faucet and pour it into the reservoir of the tree.
We were talking a little bit about plant placement and saying, don't keep it near a furnace or anything like that, but also it's a growing, living plant. Should it get sunlight?
That's a great question. And one of the things that we forget about, sunlight produces heat. And we want to try to keep those needles as hydrated as we can. So if we have it by the window, you might need to shut those blinds during the brightest part of the day, because that sunlight is going to produce some warmth, and it could evaporate that moisture out of the needle, shortening the life of that tree.
So after Christmas, how long can I keep my tree up? I know there's an amount of time before it's tacky to leave it up, but when is it time when you realize it's just gone?
It's a lot of times that tree is going to take on a blue-green color. That dark, rich green color is going to fade, and we're going to start seeing that bluish tint. And a lot of times if you bump into the tree, the needles are going to really start falling off. So that tree is going to be telling you when you should be taking it down.